Well, here to tell us how all of this impacts her business is Steph Douglas, the founder and CEO of the gifting company Don't Buy Her Flowers. Very good morning to you, Steph. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, morning.
So you've got a warehousing operation. How's it been managing the increase in your energy bills, for example?
Yeah, so we're relatively lucky in that the bills have obviously gone up. We were kind of ready for them. We were on a fixed term for gas, which helped. But it has implications because all of our suppliers' costs will go up, all the people that we work with costs will go up, and that obviously people pass that on. So that just means that you're having to increase prices at a time when people really don't want you to be increasing prices.
And when it comes to the end of the relief scheme for energy bills, for example, what kind of challenge does that present for you as a business?
Yeah, I think like all small businesses at the moment, you're kind of counting every penny. And at Don't Buy Her Flowers, we've been going for quite a few years, so we've had this really steady growth, and then the pandemic, we kind of blew up. And then you've had a really tricky time for the last year with the cost of living crisis, and consumer sentiment has been quite tough to manage for anyone in retail. So yeah, every penny counts. So I think that we are nervous of any price increases, like everybody. And
is cash flow an issue? Because I know it's not probably completely boom or bust, but that must be a worry.
Yeah, I mean, cash flow is our focus completely, and any kind of additional cost is an issue. And I think what you do see from small businesses, and what I'm seeing all around me from fellow business owners, is you have to think quickly and you have to keep moving. So you've got to look at opportunities and different ways to potentially bring in revenue if you can't completely rely on your usual sales. So we do lots of B2B gifting, which has really grown because employers are trying to better engage with their teams who might be more spread out and remote working. So there's opportunities. We're also doing fulfillment for other companies, small businesses, because we do that really well. I think we have to keep going, but I think a big struggle for small businesses is that you don't have the network and framework around you that big companies have. You haven't got someone poring over your numbers and going, right, well, this is how we can save some money here and make some cuts here on your taxes and that kind of thing. We're kind of left to it, and very much when any government announcements come and budget announcements come and everyone asks us what we think of it, and we're all just trying to make it work.
Yeah, trying to make sense of it.
Yeah, and we don't have a team of people sitting in a room telling you what that means for you.
And you mentioned tax, corporation tax going up as well, and you just said you've had a quieter period during the cost of living crisis, but as things pick up again and that tax then ends up eating into your profits, how are you going to navigate that?
Yeah, I think the massive shame there as well is that SMEs, I mean, I think we employ something like 40% of the workforce, and we also tend to, if there is more profit coming in, we're not heading off for a yacht. We're actually pouring that money back into the economy. We're employing more people. We're trying to grow the business further. We're putting more money into the suppliers that we work with, who are often also small businesses and SMEs. So I think the challenge there is that you've got less money going into the economy from SMEs again.
Yeah, and I mean, if you could ask the Chancellor, Jeremy Hunt, for some help or for some advice, or if you had a question to ask him, what would that be?
I think one of the biggest challenges for SMEs like us is that actually, as a result of Brexit, exporting has become really, really challenging. It's very expensive. There's loads of red tape. So actually, for the government to look at that, and because it makes it impossible. You'll see if you go onto various websites, you'll see that people said we're currently not shipping abroad. So you're cutting out a potential huge market for loads of businesses that aren't able to still deliver to the UK, to the EU, and at a time when you want the market to be bigger rather than smaller.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, really good to talk to you. Thanks for joining us here on LBC News this Saturday morning. That's Steph Douglas, founder and CEO of the gifting company Don't Buy Her Flowers.
LBC News.